Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. This is Rustam, and this video is being recorded for first semester BS students. These days, in the backdrop of COVID-19 second wave, we have again switched over to virtual online learning and teaching. Now we have to manage things and we have to learn ed tech, education technology. So in today's video, first of all, I'm going to talk about how to create a PowerPoint. There are only few points to be kept in mind. Number one, that your slides must have a very bluish background, because it gives us a very good color contrast, as you can see here. So there should be less amount of data on the screen. As you can see, the text font size of the text should be should not be below 20 or 24, and if it is a heading like this one, it should be around about 50. So the very important point is that on the slide there should not be much stuff. It should be there should be less amount of data on the slide. So as you can see, you must give a sequence of talk here. Then you can also introduce graphics. Now this slide shows very few words on the screen. So this is a presentation already prepared by students, SQC students, student quality circles. I'm just running these slides in order to give you an idea how to make a PowerPoint. Okay, so let me quickly move forward. So rule of 5 and 5 says that there should not be much stuff on the screen. Okay, so your presentation should be supported by graphics like this. Okay, now let me move to certain topics which I have given to you. Okay, wait a while. So this is a list of your topics. First, English, history of English literature, student 1. Okay, here as you can see, virtual presentation, history of English literature. So your roll number is mentioned here, topics are mentioned here. You have been given 15 minutes. Submission date is 16th December. Okay, so you have to record a PowerPoint which I have just shown you, and about each slide you have to talk, and you have to explain the slide and move ahead. So you can use X Recorder, which I have already uploaded a video, so must watch that video. I'm going to give the link of that video in the description. Just click on the description and watch the video which guides you how to record your PowerPoint. So you have to upload your PowerPoint presentation with voice feature. Okay, you will be presenting and to the Google Classroom, and you can record your PowerPoint with X Recorder or voice over feature of PowerPoint. So in student Manail Wahid, roll number 1, your topic is history of invasion of England by Romans, Anglo-Saxons and Normans. So you have to cover like when Romans attacked or invaded Britain. So what when did this event happen? 43 AD up to 410 AD. So this invasion should be mentioned in 1 or 2 slides. You can add pictures. Okay, then Anglo-Saxon invasion, which started in 449 AD and it lasted up to 670. Then there is a settlement period, that is from 670 up to 1066. Then you have to mention Norman conquest. Okay, Duke of Normandy from France attacked or invaded England, and you have to mention this along with pictures and what is the effect of this conquest on England. So this is your topic. So you need to cover it within 15 minutes, and it should be a PowerPoint presentation. Slides should be there, and you should be talking about each slide, and it should be MP4 file, and that has to be uploaded to Google Classroom. Don't WhatsApp it to me, because in Google Classroom your grading will be done automatically. Then Nurulan is going to give us overview of literature written during Old English period. So Old English period is actually, if we if we move chronologically, then it should start from 449 AD. But actually it was invasion, and the Germanic tribes, Angles, Saxons and Jutes from Scandinavian countries, they kept on invading British territory, and they settled around about 670. So from 670 onward up to 1066, this age is known as Old English period, okay, or Anglo-Saxon period. So you have to mention the features of religious poetry as well as pagan poetry, okay. So you must mention in pagan poetry, you must mention the name of poets, okay. And I think there were no poets, because it was usually oral tradition. So you need to mention some works which have got literature regarding pagan life of Germanic tribes, like Beowulf and Widsith, and Wanderer and Seafarer, etc. So you have to mention this literature. And then religious poetry, you have to mention Cadman and Kenwulf and the write-ups they did, okay. And some of the poems you can give summary of. And then you need to mention a very important prose genre of this area, that is chronicles. So chronicle writers, you can mention names of some chronicle writers and some chronicles even here. So this is your topic, and you have to give us overview of this literature. Then during Middle English period, Hassan Ali Khan is going to cover this area, and it is just an overview. Overview means you don't need to go into much detail. So you have to mention what was the literature in Middle English period. So Middle English period starts from Norman invasion of England in 1066 AD, and it moves up to 1400. So during this period, many poets were there. Particularly, you can mention Chaucer, okay, Chaucer, Langland, then John Gower. So they wrote English literature was created during this period. Actually, up to 1204. In 1204, Duke of Normandy, Normans, when they invaded England in 1066, they kept their links with France as well. Normandy, and they lost the province of Normandy in 1204 AD. So during this period, that is from 1066 up to 1204, French was the main language of the court. The nobility spoke French, and the clergy, that is ecclesiastical figures or religious scholars, they use Latin as a medium of instruction, and English was relegated to an obscure place, and only some masses, people from masses, they spoke English. So English did not have much prominence during these 2 centuries. From 1204, or you can say from 1250 onward up to 14th century, then English got its front seat back. So literature created during this period should be mentioned in Hassan Ali Khan's PowerPoint presentation. So you can mention romances. The chief genre of literature during this period was romances. So there were 3 romance story cycles: Matter of Britain, Matter of England, and Matter of Britain, Matter of France, and Matter of Rome. So you need to discuss all this. It should be an overview of the works of John Gower, okay, William Langland, and Geoffrey Chaucer. So you can also mention some drama, liturgical play and then morality, miracle, etc. But it should not be detailed discussion because next presenter will be given this topic. Okay. Now, Safar Rahman, your topic is literature of Renaissance period. Again, you are supposed to not go into much detail. You have to mention 16th century England, or you have to mention Shakespearean age, because Shakespeare was the major figure of this time. And here you can mention university wits, and even English regular comedy and tragedy can be touched upon, because this also happened during 16th century England. But your focus should be on university wits, and then Christopher Marlowe, and then Shakespeare. Then you can also mention some prose literature like Philip Sidney, he wrote in this area. Then some poets, Edmund Spenser, Philip Sidney, and Shakespeare. And the dramatists, you can mention Christopher Marlowe, Shakespeare, and Ben Jonson. So it should be an overview of this area. So within 15 minutes, whatever can be covered on the slides, your slide must have some pictures of the period, particularly poets, prose writers, and playwrights. This should be covered here. Nimra Asif, your topic is fine arts versus applied arts. So you need to mention, you have to define what is arts, okay, why we call them fine arts, and what are applied arts, okay. Applied arts aim at utility, okay, they have some didactic purpose, some utility, and fine arts, they primarily cater to aesthetic sense of the society. I mean, poetry, drama, music, dance, architecture, sculpture, painting, all they are discussed in fine arts. They are fine arts. So their primary purpose is aestheticism, and utility is their secondary purpose. But applied arts have got utility as their primary purpose, and then if they also have some fine touch, it is their secondary purpose. So you have to cover all this here. Now, Umar Shah, you are supposed to discuss in detail Beowulf. Okay, like this poem was this poem consisted of 3,000. This poem consists of 3,000 lines, and it was discovered much later, and it throws light upon pagan or heathen aspect of Germanic tribes. Okay, and you must mention the achievements of Beowulf, who went to help of King Hrothgar, and I discussed all this in the class, that King Hrothgar's kingdom was ravaged by monster Grendel. So Beowulf had a terrible fight with Grendel and killed Grendel. How later on his mother wanted to revenge herself upon Beowulf. So Beowulf descended into cold region, and he was just he was about to be killed when he had a glance at a magical sword. So with the help of that magical sword, he killed mother of Beowulf. So you have to mention all this in detail with pictures, etc. Now your time is going to be up. So in the next part of this video, I'll explain remaining topics. So here is, it's a long list, as you can see. So we have 39 students in this class. So all the topics I'm going to explain one by one. So you must read lecture notes. Then 2 books have already been given to you, and you can also Google the topic, or you can visit YouTube. There are so many lectures available, and you can come into WhatsApp group and put up your query there, and I'll explain your topic further. So now I have explained these 6 topics. Now again in the next video I'll be explaining other topics. Thank you very much.